My dear friends, myself Dr. Pramod Kumar Gupta. I am inviting Dr. D.N. Sansanwal sir for today's program. Welcome, sir.
See, yesterday I told you a very simple analysis. If you want to do, is just calculate mean and just calculate standard deviation, and then you can calculate the CV. And I have already given you the formula for computing the coefficient of variation. And then you can use these percentages just to tell whether your whatever the treatment that you have given, whether that treatment benefited people or not. But you cannot find the significance of difference. It is not possible. But so that means you cannot test the hypothesis if you are computing coefficient of variation. Now, if you want to test the hypothesis, then you have to analyze the data with the help of what is known as correlated t-test. So therefore, you have to analyze. So for comparing mean scores of whatever is the variable, and I think here the variable was the achievement in spellings. So for comparing mean scores of achievement in spelling, the correlated t-test. Or you can say paired samples t-test can be used. Those people who are doing their B.Ed, they may not know the correlated t-test or paired samples t-test. Then you can calculate the coefficient of variation because you have already studied how to compute mean and how to compute standard deviation, and then how to compute the coefficient of variation. I gave you the formula, but I am again giving you the formula. Coefficient of variation is equal to standard deviation divided by the mean, and then you have to multiply it by 100. And if you are doing for the pre-test, then it is standard deviation for the pre-test and mean for the pre-test. And when you are doing for the post-test, standard deviation for the post-test and mean for the post-test. That's the one thing you can do. But if you want to use some statistical technique, then you can use SPSS. I'm showing you right now, and I will tell how will you get the data, how will you get the result, and then how will you interpret. I will give the interpretation of this also and interpretation of that also. So let me go to SPSS. This is my SPSS. And now the data which I have already, it is the pre-test. and another is the post test. And I have the data of the pre-test and post-test. This is the data, so I'm just having this data, and then let me tell you how do we calculate use the correlated t-test. We go to analyze, and then we go to the compare means. You can note it down in your diary. अगर बीएड के बच्चे हैं और वो इसको करना चाहते हैं तो वो कर ले, और अगर उनके पास ये नहीं है तो कैसे करना है वो भी मैं आपको बता दूंगा, कोई चिंता की बात नहीं है। तो यहाँ पे here you can see that there is what is called paired samples t-test. So either you can say correlated t-test or you can say paired samples t-test. So therefore you come to the paired samples t-test, and here you can shift both. You can compare pre means score of achievement in spelling with the post means score of achievement in spelling, or you can say post means score of achievement with the pre means scores. If you want, you can even do this also. Either you can compare pre with the post or post with the pre. Both answer will be the same. You can see right now. So it is all right. I go ahead. Now you can see here. Your pre-mean is 1.50. Your pre-mean is 1.50. Post is 4.04. Everything is same. And this is your t-value is, it is coming minus because you have subtracted 1.5 from the 4. So 1.5 minus 4 will always be minus, otherwise both values are same. It is 6.228 and it's also 6.228. So t value which you will use will always be positive. T value cannot be negative. So this is important point, those people who want to understand it. So let me just note down these and then I will use them. So this is my pre is there and this is my post is there. And the mean of pre is 1.50 and post is 4.00. And standard deviation is equal to 1.51 of pre and post is 1.88. And my correlation value is 0.74. This is correlation, paired samples correlation. It is 0.74. And this is my correlated t value, and that is 6.23. And this value is significant at 0.00. So you can say it is significant at 0.01 level And this is the degree of freedom is 9. Okay, so this is the analysis we have got with the help of the SPSS. But if you, then how will you do with hand? So let me tell you that also. You see, I was doing yesterday when we got disturbed because of that you can calculate x square for the pre, and you can calculate x square, y square for, so for the post, it is 36, then it is 16, then it is 36, then it is 9, then it is 4, then it is 4, then it is 9, and then it is 49, and then it is 25, and then it is 4. And here we were doing, so 4 4s are 16, and here will be 0. Now you can find the total. So you can find the total x square here. You can find, so 4 plus 9, 13, and 4 17, and 1 18, and 18 and 9 is 27 and 16. So 27 and 16, 43. So this will be 43. Now similarly, you can find out this also. Here I will write the y. So you can add, okay, and then we have to multiply x and y. So 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. 0 multiplied by 4 is 0. 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. And 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. 0 multiplied by 3 is 0. 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. And 4 multiplied by 5 is 20. And 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. And then you can add. So somebody should do this addition and let me know what is the value that you are getting. And here I will have xy. So if somebody is helping, then please let me know. Jamal, x square I have done. You do y square. I will do xy. Okay, somebody has done. Okay, y square is 195. Okay, y square is 195. And let us see what is this. I'm just reducing the font size also so that it fits and you are able to see it. So XY, let us see who has done XY. xy is 79. Okay, this is the 79. Now you can calculate correlation. Do you know the formula of calculating correlation, or should I tell you people? Oh, y square is 192. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me have my calculator here and then let me do. It is 36 plus 16 is 52 plus 36 plus 17 plus 58 plus 29. Oh no, I made a mistake, some mistake. Okay, say 36 plus 16 plus 36 plus 13 plus 13, then plus 49, and then plus 29. So, oh my God. So it is 192, that's correct. So it's not 195, it should be 192, no problem. Now this is our one. So I can calculate correlation. I'm giving you the formula. Those people who want to do with hand, so they can do with hand. So the correlation is equal to in the bracket, it is n, then sigma xy then minus, it is sigma x. You know the value of the sigma x. Then it is multiplied by sigma y. So it is, this is multiplied. Okay, then this is to be divided by the sine of square root. This is the square root. And in square root is n, then sigma x square and then it is minus, it is sigma x whole square. Then bracket close. So this is n sigma x square minus in the bracket sigma x whole square, and then the bracket close, then another bracket for y. So it is exactly the same thing. It is n, then you have to have sigma y so it is n into sigma y square, then minus, and then you have sigma, and then it is whole square, and so this is the formula which those people who are interested in using, they can use it. You know the value of sigma, you know the value of n is equal to 10 here. Sorry, n is equal to 10, and you know the sigma of x. So you know the sigma of x is that you can add 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4. So sigma x comes to 15. So sigma x will be 15. Now you can calculate sigma y. So you know sigma x, you know sigma y. Let's say who has done this sigma y. Jamal, is it 40 sigma y? Okay. If it is 40, then it is 40. And then you know that sigma x square value you know, and sigma y square value you know. And then sigma xy value you know. So you know everything. So you can calculate the value of r. And once you have calculated the value of r, then if you want to calculate the value of t, then t will be equal to, it is m1 m you can say m pre or post, whatever you want, m post test minus m pre-test. and then this whole divided by square root. Whole divided by the square root of standard error of pretest So now it is divided by square root. And this is square root of it is standard error of pretest and then this is whole square and then you have plus. Here I say post test. Then here it is minus 2R, that is correlation. Then it is SC pre, then multiplied by SC post. Now this is how you can calculate the value of T. And once you calculate the value of T, then of course the B.Ed students, I do not know whether you will understand or not. Then we have to find out whether my value is significant or not. But if you want to use SPSS, I have demonstrated to you. So this is how you can analyze your data with the help of t-test. So this is how you should do the analysis. Now, let me tell you the interpretation which I'm supposed to tell. So I'm telling you the interpretation now. And I will do interpretation for both so that you have not to worry about anything. If this is my objective, say if you are doing this coefficient of variation, then in that case, my objective for coefficient of variation is, now I am doing the interpretation for coefficient of variation. You have not to write this heading but I'm just for your understanding purpose, I'm writing like this. You say the objective was to compare coefficient of variation of achievement in spelling of students before and after. Before and after the treatment of phonetics in English. The data were analyzed with the help of by computing coefficient of variation. And the results are given in table, whatever the table number, let me say table 1. Now here I say table 1. And here I am inserting the table So I'm inserting the table Okay, so here I say testing. Then here I say the CV, coefficient of variation. I only require these 2 columns. So I can So now here I have the pre-test. I think I can say I will like to write here the mean, then the standard deviation, then n, because all these you will require to compute the CV. So pre-test and then it is post-test. Now the pre-test mean that was there, so it is here. The pre-test mean was 4. And post was 7. And SD for pre was 1.5. And for post it was 4. And the CV for pre was 37.50%, and that was 57.14%. So let me write that. And here I say the mean was 4.0, and this was 7.0, and then SD was 1.50, and this was 4.0, and you know the n was 10 here, so it is the 10 only. Or if you do not want, let us not, because I don't require this here, so I can, so this I can say CV, because N I don't require. So the CV will be 37.50%, and this was 57.14%. And then here I say testing wise mean, SD, and CV, and CV of achievement in spelling of student. I hope this is how you can make the table, absolutely no problem. Standard error, you must have understood. I don't know whether you belong to, you are a PG student or you are a B.Ed student, I don't know, or you are M.Ed. So let me tell you what is this. The formula is, okay. Let me tell you what is this standard error. That standard error, I'm giving you a general formula. The standard error is equal to standard deviation divided by the n, it is -1, and you have to have a square root here. So let me first insert the square root, that's much better. You have square root n minus 1. So when you want to calculate for pre, so if you want SC for pre, SC for pre-test is equal to the standard deviation of pre-test, and n is the same. And in this particular case, you know that standard deviation for the pre was 1.5. So it was 1.50. And then this was divided by the square root. And n was 10. So therefore, this is equal to 1.5, then divided by square root of 9. So this is, so this will be 9 because 10 minus 1 is 9. And now you know this will be equal to 1.5 and square root of 9 is 3. So 1.5, if you divide it by 3, that will be the standard error. Okay, so that will be the standard error will come, and then you can, if you want to do with hand. And in the same way, you can find out for standard error of post, where you will have SD of post and -1 remain the same. So this is how you can calculate. This is very simple, not very complicated. So let me give you how do we write the interpretation of this. And you know, this is the wording of the objective was to compare coefficient of variation of achievement in spelling of students before and after treatment of phonetics. See, this is important, my dear friend. So we say from table 1, it can be seen that the coefficient of variation for pre-test and post-test are 37.50% and 57.14%. Okay, it reflects that the difference within the group after the treatment of phonetics in English it reflects that the difference within the group after the treatment of phonetics is larger after the treatment is larger than before the treatment. So it may be said that students benefited from the treatment of phonetics in English. It may be said that students benefited differently. Why differently? Some might have benefited more and some might have benefited less. This is how the interpretation of the coefficient of variation will be there. And you cannot test the hypothesis here. It's very simple. So the B.Ed student may like to do this. And if suppose you have the objective, now I'm saying another. Suppose the objective is to compare mean scores of achievement in spelling of students before and after the treatment of phonetics in English. The data, okay, this is, then here we should do. Now I'm giving the caption. Testing wise comparison of mean scores of achievement in spelling of students. Testing wise comparison of mean scores of achievement in spelling of students treated through phonetics in English. And then you say here, so this is the heading you should write. And now you say the objective was to compare the mean scores of achievement in spelling of students before and after the treatment of phonetics in English. I think those teachers who are attending, please help your students in translating it in Hindi. I'm sure you will help me because I am not able to translate everything in Hindi because it takes time. Okay, and I think you can do it. Now say the data were analyzed with the help of correlated t-test. Either you can say correlated t-test, or if you want to say paired samples t-test, the choice is yours. But do not write both because there is no sense of writing both. And so do you want me to write paired samples t-test or correlated t-test? I can write whatever you like. Anonymous, I do not upload, I do not know. Okay. Okay, so correlated test and the results are given in table 1. And here I give the table. And I say this, let me insert the table here. So here I say testing. Here I say mean. Here I say SD. Here I say N. Here I say R. And then here I say correlated t-value. Do not write only t-value. Please, it's very important. Because it is not t-value. If you say t-value, then it will mean something very different. And then here I say remark. Now here I say pre-test. Then I say post-test. And then I write here the mean. Mean is 1.50. And then this is 4.00. And then SD is 1.51. And then it is 1.88. And N is 10. And R was 0.74. And this t-value was 6.23. And it was significant. So if you do not want to have this column, if you do not want this column, then you can put the double star because it is significant at 0.01 level. And below this, you put the double star and say significant. Significant at 0.01 level. And if it is significant at 0.05 level, then you have to put 1 star, single star. And if you do not want to put a star, then you can add 1 column here and then say remark. Do you want, should I do that or there is no need? Should I do or there is no need? Okay. So now you have to write the here, the table heading. Okay, the table heading is testing wise. Testing wise mean SD and correlated t-value of achievement in spelling of students. So this will be the table heading you should write. And then below this, you start now writing. So if you like, I can shift the whole on the next page. And now you say that from table 1, it can be seen that the correlated t-value is 6.23, which is significant at 0.01 level with df equal to 9. So this is simple, that the correlated t-value is 6.23, which is significant at this level with df is equal to this. It indicates that there is a significant difference in mean scores of achievement in spelling of students before and after treatment of phonetics in English. Treatment of phonetics in English. And now, because we have used my dear friend, the mean value so it means what we wrote yesterday, then it means that was not correct. See, that makes this mean was not properly computed. No, it was here, not this. So that makes this mean was not properly computed yesterday, because this mean has to be the same, because I did not change the data. So because yes, see that total is 15, and when 15 divided by 10, it will be 1.5. So you people made mistake or I made mistake. And if you add this and then divided by 10, then it will be 4. So these values will change. So your standard deviation also will change. So that means these were not the standard deviations. The standard deviation in this case, in the pre, it was this, and in the post, it was 1.88. So thank you for pointing. So that means you have to change the SD also. These values are also wrong, then it makes. Oh God. Because I was writing what you people were saying, or I might have committed mistake. So it is 1.51. This is divided by 1.50, and this is to be multiplied by 100. Say it is 1. What is happening? Is this SD all right? It is 1.50. Pre, it was 1.51. Okay, let us see then. So it was, let's say it will be 1.51 divided by 1.5 and then multiplied by 100. So this comes out to be 100, 100.1, okay. Hundred 0.1, all right. 100.6 it was, all right. Let us see for this. For this it is 1.88 divided by the 4 and multiplied by 100. It is 47%. Okay, it is 47%. Now, my dear friend, this is what is the situation. In this particular case, there was some, let me interpret this. What is the meaning of it? See, earlier, the differences were large. and after the treatment, the differences have decreased. So let me write, this is wrong. This was 1.5. And this is 1.51. Okay, this was, or you can say 1.5, let it be 100, no problem. And in this was, the mean was 4. And this was 1.88. And this was the 47%. Okay, 47%. So from it can be the CV for the pre-test is 100%, and for this is 47.0%. It reflects that differences within the group after the treatment of phonetics. Phonetics is smaller than before the treatment of the phonetics. So when the differences have decreased, that means a lot of people did not know earlier, but now after the treatment, people, they have started knowing. So the differences have decreased. So it indicates that the treatment of phonetics the treatment of phonetics has helped students in improving their spellings in English. This is how we will write. And thank you very much for bringing this to my notice, but you should have done it yesterday only, but don't worry, that's okay. Now let us see this. So this is okay. Now here I'll say, thus the null hypothesis that there is no significant difference in mean scores, of achievement in spelling of students before and after treatment of phonetics in English is rejected. So this is what you people should write. Now the mean, the mean score of achievement in spelling of students before the treatment is 1.50, which is significantly lower than that of after the treatment. That of after treatment whose mean score of achievement in spelling of students age 4.00. So it may be said that the treatment of phonetics in English, that the treatment of phonetics in English, helped students in improving their spelling in English. Now, if you write this becomes the finding. So I have taken the one objective. Now, if you have a larger group, whatever is my little experience, it will be very, very difficult that when you are teaching, the larger group will be there. But suppose if you are teaching in 2 sections, now you can write mean because I have already compared the mean. So here we should write mean in coefficient of variation. No. Coefficient of variation, you have to talk of the variation, in which case it is more, in which case it is less. So here you should talk of a mean. Earlier case, there was no need. Yesterday, I did not continue because of the problem yesterday. And if you have to ask, please ask Dr. Gupta, not me, because I'm not the right person, anonymous, not the right person for this. Dr. P.K. Gupta is the right person. Please ask him. Yes, Thakur, we can write the mean now. So this is how you can do. Now I was telling you that by chance, if there is a teacher, he is teaching in a school and he is teaching 2 sections. 99% such type of situation may not arise, but by chance, if it arises, if he is teaching in the 2 sections, and if the students of both the sections are having the same type of problem, please remember, if the students are having the same type of problem, which will be very difficult. So which will be very, very difficult. You cannot. So therefore, if by chance, if you have a group which is large group and you have only 1 section and there are number of students and you have male and female, and if suppose you want to find out whether the treatment helped more to the male people or to the female people, please remember, this is possible only if you have one group where you have both male and female students and the number is large. If it is only 10 students and 3 female and rest male, you can't do that. So this is important. Now I was giving you another example. If you are teaching in a school where you have 2 sections, and by chance, if both the sections are having problem, the same type of problem, then what you can do is, out of those 2 sections, 1 section you can give the treatment and another section you do not give the treatment. And then you can do, but there are remote chances of such a situation. That is why I'm not taking this, but I'm taking this example that if there is only 1 section and there are number of students and there are boys as well as girls, and all of them are facing the same problem, and you want to do a action research, then in that case, how will you write your objective and how will you write the hypothesis, and how will you analyze your data, and how will you interpret? So let me just give you that. Suppose I'm now taking, say my title is, I'm saying A, study of effect of, a study of effect of let us see whatever we took earlier. Okay, let me take this is okay. Suppose I am having this as a title. A study of effect of teaching aids on achievement in volume of cylinder of class 8 students of DAV school Rohtak. And now suppose the objective is to compare mean change, or I think I should write change mean scores. What it is, I will tell you. To compare change mean scores of achievement in volume of cylinders of male and female students. Female students taught with the help of teaching aid. This will be my objective. And if this is my objective, then my hypothesis will be that there is no significant difference in change mean scores of achievement in volume of cylinder of male and female students taught with the help of teaching aids. But my dear friend, remember that such a situation may not happen. But if it is there and if you want to do, you can do it. Absolutely no problem in that. And then let me now take the data and we'll try to analyze and let us see how do we do it. So in this case, what will you have? You have one group and you will have a one group. So there is one group. Okay. And here you have male students and you have the female students. And for the male students, you have the pre-score. Pre-test score. And for male student, you have the post-test score. And similarly, you will have for the female also the pre and post. So let me not write the score so that I save some space. Now what I can do is I can subtract post from pre. So when I'm subtracting post from pre, then I can find out the change. I hope you are understanding it. That if my pre is, let us say, 1 student has got 10 marks and post is, or let me insert a table. I think that let me insert a table. Here I say pre and here I say post. And this is what I'm saying, the mails. Actually, that's happened when, if it would have been a board, then there would have been no problem. Now I have another pre. So here I can find out post minus pre. So similarly for the females, we can write pre here and we can write post here, and we can add one more column, and then that we write pre post minus pre. So I can find out that if here pre is, let us say 10, and the post is, let us say 25. Here pre is 5 and post, let us say 15. Here pre is 8 and post, let us say 18. And if pre is again 5 and here it is, let us say 16. So I can find out post minus pre. So post minus pre in this case is 15. In this case will be 10. In this case will be 10. In this case will be 11. So like this, I can find out for the female also. If the female pre is 8 and here it is 26. So then I can find out it is 18. Now here it is 2 and then here it is 14. Then it will be 12. Then I can find out here is 7 and now here it's 19. Then it makes it is 12. So I can do like this. So I know my pre, I know my post. So I can find out the change. So post minus pre is change. And then I can take the post minus pre, the change. And then I can go to my SPSS. And if in SPSS, I write here change dot in dot, what were the variable here? Let me see the variable. It is achievement in volume. Okay. So it was change in achievement. And then next is my gender. Now gender is a discontinuous variable. So there will be two levels. So I say 2 and then I say 1 means males and 2 means females. And then here I can write the change of the males. I'm just writing some number, not exactly what we did here. I'm writing some number. The change is 12, 15, 14, say 18, say 9, say 10, say 11, say 16, say 12, say 18. These are the change, post minus pre. Please remember that. Now you can put their gender. If this was the male and this was female, male, male, female, female, male, male, you know these are male and female, so you can write, no problem at all. And then you go to analyze, and then go to compare means, and then go to independent samples, because now mean, male and female are not the paired, they are not paired. So they are independent. Male is independent and female is independent. And now you want change in achievement and gender here, grouping variable. And so you write 1 and 2. 1 means male, 2 means female. And now this becomes the result. Here male were 12, females were 10. This is the mean of the male and this is the mean of the female. This is the standard deviation of male, this is standard deviation of female. And here your t-value is 0.877 and here error is 39.1%. If you do not understand this, you can use t-test and you know the formula, so you can calculate, no problem at all. But if you want to use this, then that also is possible. So here your male and female, the male mean is 14.1, 14.42 and female is 13.10 and standard deviation 2.67, 2.97 and 4.07, 4.07 and your t-value is 0.88 because it is 0.77, so 0.88 and it is not significant. So this I can use and then I can write. So this is the one that you have understood now. So now I'm taking this objective, now this is objective. Let us see how do we write my. This is gender wise comparison. Gender wise comparison. O, mean scores of achievement in achievement in volume, achievement in volume, volume of cylinder of students. Of students taught with the help of teaching aid. Now then I'll say the objective was to compare change mean scores of achievement in volume of cylinder of male and female students taught with the help of correlated, taught with the help of teaching aids. Okay, so the data were analyzed with the help of t-test, and the results are given in table 2. Suppose this is my table 2. Table 2. Here I'm inserting the table now. So here it is the gender, and then here it is mean, and then here it is SD, and then here it is N, and then here it is T value. Yes, if you want to do action research with PG student, with PhD student, with the school students, with any student, no problem at all. You can do that. Yes, core t-test is SPSS. Yes. So now here I have males, and then I have female, and here the mean was 14.42, and this was 13.10, and SD was 2.97, and here it was 4.07, and your how many males? Let me just check. So males were 12 and females were 10. So these were 12 and these were 10, and my T value was 0.88. So here I say gender wise mean SD N and T values of achievement in volume of cylinder of students. From table 2, it can be seen that the t value is 0.88, which is not significant. It reflects that there is no significant difference in change mean scores of achievement in volume of cylinder of male and female students. Treated with the help of teaching aids, yet of students taught with the help of teaching aids. Okay, so thus the null hypothesis that there is no significant change in mean scores of achievement in volume of cylinder of male and female student taught with the help of this. Okay, and so the null hypothesis thus the null hypothesis that there is no significant difference in change mean scores of achievement in volume of cylinder of male and female student taught with the help of teaching aids is not rejected. It may be said that both male and female students benefited equally from teaching aids. It may therefore be said that male and female students benefited equally from teaching aids. Now this becomes your finding. So this is how, if you are interested, but I do not think that you will have such a situation for two reasons. Number one, maybe number may be too small and you may not be interested in really comparing that. But if you want, this is how it can be done. So any question you want to ask, then tomorrow I'm taking one more, maybe for 1 hour. I'll tell you how to write the report. I have told you a few things, but I will tell you some more, maybe half an hour or 1 hour class I will take tomorrow. So those of you are interested, so you can join tomorrow. If you are not interested, do not worry about it. So thank you very much. Any question you want to ask before I say bye-bye to you?
Okay, many thanks to you, sir. And approx participants have sent to message me for tomorrow's program. They will join. So it's our humble request with you.